Hey everybody, it's Ellie Marie and welcome to Soul's Purpose Podcast, a channel about navigating spirituality and ascension through this video game we call life. And I promised you a story time, so let's do it. I got my notes just so this video has like a purpose. Because I mean, it's cool to share a story time and everything, but I feel like I got to give you value of some kind. I learned a lot though. Every story time I share always has like lessons that I've learned that I want to share with you, and in the hopes that it might help you. And today's story time is about it's a good one. I've been dying to tell this one. Unless like you know me, which a lot of people still think they know me but don't know me. They don't know this story about me. But one time I worked as a hostess in a Japanese bar. Yeah. It's one of those like upscale kind of like karaoke bars where all like the like high-powered Japanese businessmen would take their clients and, go have their meetings over some dinner, or I don't know if did we serve food? I don't think we did. Well, I don't know, but they'd go there after their meeting or their dinner or whatever, and then they do their round two, part two of the meeting, which is, let's drink together and let's have some beautiful women with us and we can talk business part two here. Or it was just a place to kind of like hang out after work and they could like let loose, drink some drinks and sing some songs and, have a beautiful woman by their side. It was a really interesting place, really interesting job. I think I was like waitressing, and this job like paid really like a lot better. I was super young too. I was like 18 or 19 or something. And one of my best friends from back home, her mom worked at this bar, but her mom was like, oh my God, I'm going to get so much flack. No, nobody cares. No one's watching this, so it's cool. But her mom was what you'd call, and you can Google this term too, a mama-san, which is like, kind of like the mother of all the girls, And so she was like a head honcho, and there were two other women that were head honchos. So there were three women that were head honchos. And I guess they had like, they were all in charge, but like when it came to like, scheduling the girls or whatever, I think they all had like the same kind of power and autonomy. I don't know. But yeah, so I got like kind of like a referral. I had to go in and I think audition, like meet the other mama-sans, and I can't remember if the owner was there. I don't know, but I got the job. And I even, because my best friend's mom worked there, I got the hookup, and I got like the higher rate of pay. You only get the higher rate of pay if you've been there for a little while, but I get the hookup. So I was like, cool. So then, yeah, I got the job, and I kind of like, they gave me a little tour of the place, and it's like, I remember it being this really big, like high ceilings, like gold bar with like these martini glasses and all these bottles with the glass bar, and the mirror. And the mirror in the back. I got so excited to hit my mic. And the mirror in the back, so it reflects like all the drinks. So it makes like, there are a lot of mirrors in this place and like gold chandeliers. So I remember this place looking like really like fancy and just big, like high ceilings, gold handrail with like a curved staircase that goes upstairs. And there were like these like booths downstairs. There were these booths, like big booths where you could like sit. You could hold maybe like, want to say 6 to 8 people. I'm going to say 6 people. And, you know, there's a table, and there's like booths, and you can sit and drink and have the company of your hostess with you. And what does the job entail? My job was to show up looking all dolled up, pretty, demure, always wearing a dress and heels, always, always, always. Hair and makeup clearly always done. I was supposed to kind of be, the girls were supposed to be like arm candy for these very important, high-powered men, right? And besides that, we were supposed to just kind of like engage them in conversation, you know, talk to them, make them feel welcome. You know, they want our company. That's the whole reason why we're there. Also, though, a big part of the job was to make sure that they were always looked after in terms of like their drinks. So I remember these rules, though, they're so wild. They don't like to like have their hands wet. So it was a big, big deal. Like one of the biggest rules was the customer's hands do not get wet. So we would always handle the drinks. We would, you know, put the ice in the glasses, you know, pour the alcohol, whatever, the mixer, whatever they want. We would handle all of that. That was my job. My job was to take care of him, make sure his drink is good, and make sure it never got wet. Now, you must be thinking, what do you mean never get wet? There's ice in there. There's condensation. What are you talking about? It's a scientific thing. It happened. No, we had like these like little cloths, and we'd make the drinks. We'd wipe them up. Every 30 seconds, we'd wipe them up. There would be no sweat on these glasses. I'm telling you, they were pristine. And the clients, they like that. They didn't want to get their hands wet. I mean, our sole job was really just to be there, look pretty, smile, talk to them, engage with them, make them happy, pick out the songs for them, occasionally sit on their lap, and make their drinks and make sure that they don't get their hands wet. It really wasn't hard. And I was getting paid pretty good money, honestly. And let me see. Where am I going with this? It was really fun. It was actually really fun. I got to dress up and stuff. And I got to know a lot of men that came in, where they worked, what they did, you know a little bit about them, learn about them. And really, now that I think back, I learned a lot about myself working there. Even though I was so young, it's like, it really gave me an insight into men, like, and this is not all men, just the men that went there. And they were really nice, really respectful men. I don't think I ever had a bad experience there. Never had a bad experience. You know, I also carried myself well. I was young and I was a lot more immature then than I am now. I'm so evolved now, clearly. But even thinking back then, I carried myself well. And it's just because I knew how to lean into my feminine, and I knew how to play the role really well. But I learned that at a young age, but that'll be another video for another day. What I learned about men. You know, working at this bar. Oh, wait. I can't just jump into that. I got to tell you a little bit more. So working at this bar, because there's so much juicy stuff I got to tell you. I remember, so we'd have like our locker room, right? It's more like a purse, like powder room. It's a really nice powder room. It's big. And some of the girls would get ready there. And I know you must be thinking, you've already probably thought this like 5 minutes in. You're like, okay, do you have to sleep with them? Okay, here's the thing. It's a choice. That wasn't my thing. I didn't knock anybody that did. That was their choice. But I remember one of the girls, she was like the most beautiful woman I'd ever seen in my life. I swear to you, till this day, it's really hard pressed to find someone as beautiful as her. She was this Vietnamese girl. She had long, black, silky hair, the shiniest, silkiest fucking hair ever seen in my life. Her skin was flawless. She was like, she had this like ivory skin with a slight little like tan, very slight, but she was mostly like slight, just like a nice, light, smooth. Doesn't matter if she's light skinned or not. I'm just saying, like, her skin was smooth, and like her eyes were like just popping. I don't know if it was the mascara she used or what, but her eyes were popping, and her hair was long and just not super black, but just black enough, and like shiny. Her hair was so healthy and so shiny. I would look at her and I'd be like, wow, she's gorgeous. Holy shit. And she did the extra stuff. I'm sure she charged a lot, because she was like a model. If I'm honest, like, she was really, really, really beautiful. I mean, her body was out of this world, but I mean, just like her face and her eyes and her hair. Oh my God, her hair. I can still picture, when I think about that time and I could see her face in my head, I'm like, wow. She's really, really, really beautiful girl. Anyway, so yeah, some of the girls would do the extras, and I guess they'd set their own rates. I mean, that wasn't like the bar's business. If the girls wanted to do that thing, that was separate from the bar. Of course, I'm sure there was like liability and shit. Bar didn't want to know any of that. They're like, whatever you do when you get out of here is none of our business. So like, okay. But yeah, I just stuck to, the job. That's it. Didn't do anything extra. I will say though that I did have this customer ask me one time, like, he'd want to take me out to dinner. So I was like, okay, just dinner? And he was like, yes, I want to take you to dinner. I want to take you to food. I want to say he was Japanese. He wasn't Korean, because we'd have like, it's a Japanese bar, but they're not just Japanese clients that come in. We had Korean clients. My first day on the job actually is really funny. It was like such a twist. I was paired with this like German gentleman, and he was with the couple other Germans who were with the Japanese guys that brought them to this bar, because clearly they had done a business deal or something, and they came here. Like, the Japanese guys brought them here to, like, this is where we hang out, this is how we party, like, come hang out with us. So my first day on the job, I was like, oh, I'm with a European man. Okay, cool. So that was easy, because English is my native language. That was easy. So I was like, oh, this job's gonna be easy. But actually it really was. After that, it really was, it really was a very interesting place to be, because I like to sit back and observe too. So it was just also interesting to see the dynamic of the girls, like, because you have to think about it, right? You work in a place like this. Everybody's beautiful. Fuck it. Everybody's gorgeous. But it's interesting with women, there's always this competitive side. When you put a bunch of like gorgeous women together in a room, there's always this like sideway looking thing. I've never really taken myself that seriously. I didn't have to be the most beautiful one in the room, because I'm solid with who I am inside. Even as young as I was then, I was like, it's cool, I can be in the middle, I don't care. But really, I guess it was my confidence too that kind of shot me up a little bit on the hierarchy, if you will. Because I mean, I can sit here and safely say, like, I wasn't the prettiest girl in there. I was one of the pretty ones, but I wasn't the prettiest. I wasn't the tallest. I wasn't the slimmest. I just was me. I have a unique look, but I think also it's just my personality really was what also helped me kind of shine, even back then. Because I'll tell you another story. There was this one time, these two Korean bosses, like big bosses, they were important people, because that was the only time I really remember in my memory, having worked there, that the mama-sans, the three of them, head honchos, the top three women, the top dogs, they rounded all of us together upstairs, and they created, like, they made us all line up. I think it's called a fish tank in the other places, in the brothels or something. I think they call it a fish tank. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments. But they rounded all of us up. They lined us up. And these two Korean gentlemen wanted to select two girls to be with them for the night. I forget how many of us. Maybe there were 20 of us in that room. And they picked two girls. They picked me, and they picked this one other girl, this Malay girl. If you don't know what Malay is, you got to go Google it. Malay. They're also beautiful in Singapore. Anyway, long story short. But she was pretty. She was thick. When I say thick, I mean like, Kim Kardashian curvy, I guess. That's what a lot of guys kind of like drool over. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, like that. And long dark hair. I think men have an affinity for women with long hair. Especially hair they can run their fingers through. This is a thing I've noticed too. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if I could be full of shit, but it's just what I noticed. At least at this bar. But yeah, they picked me and this other girl, and they were really cool, man. They were nice. They were really happy to have selected, made their choice and their selection, and we took really good care of them. It was really fun. Sang songs together, and that was just like one of the many nights working there. Like, so it was a lot of fun. For me, I had a lot of fun because I did what I wanted and didn't do what I didn't want to do. And thankfully, like, that was all I needed to survive. I don't know, the other girls, maybe if it was, a choice to go farther with these men because they needed the money or because they had a certain lifestyle they wanted to live, and more power to them. I was happy with the job, and that was it. They don't need to do more. I was happy with what I was making. It was all good, But I'll say, in working there and working with the other women, I'll go from the women's perspective first. I never felt, I got like some, there's always this jealousy, and I've dealt with this like my whole life. I used to be a professional dancer. You'd get like the side eye and the hate from women. It's just normal. Not all women. Some women who for some reason just want to be nasty, they will. They don't give a fuck. It's fine. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I'm here to do a job. So are you. Bye. Peace. But yeah, I dealt with a lot of that kind of, not just competitiveness, but like snarky, kind of nasty attitudes. Likely from jealousy. I don't know. I wasn't coming for them. Like, there was enough to go around. There were so many customers all the time. It was a revolving door of like Japanese, American, European, Korean businessmen. Like, there was so much to go around. Like, I don't understand maybe they were worried that I might steal one of their customers, but one of their customers might want me. And then like if I said I want to go home with them, and then like, oh no, now you want to fuck her. It's not like that. I didn't want that. And then once they found out that I wasn't going after their like second tier business, they left me alone, and I made some friends. So it was really cool. It was a cool time. But yeah, like being in a place like that and working with other women, beautiful women like that. It's just interesting to see. You see the personalities that come out. You see, the different types of woman that exist. And obviously, it's a transactional relationship, right? They're coming, they pay a lot of money, not to mention the tips. We got hella tips. We got a base pay and we got hella tips. sometimes in the hand, sometimes like this back then, cash was king. We ain't got no Venmo. I'm letting you know my age right now. Like, so you do the math. Math is mathing. But yeah, where was I going with that? The women, like, you know, it's a transactional relationship, obviously. But because it was so clear cut, the women just knew they're there to play a part. Simple. The men are paying. We know what they want. They want our time, our femininity, our attentiveness, our care. That's it. Our attention. That's it. You know, for us to dote on them, to take care of them. It was very simple. It was very clear cut. And I guess in some ways, because it was so clearly transactional, it was really easy to have that connection, that relationship while they were there in the bar, in the hour or two that we spend together. It was very easy. But I mean, I'll tell you, besides that, like, it was really easy for me to just connect because I just like to get to know people. You know, I was just nice to these men because I just wanted to know who they were, like, you know, what their life was about. You know? And when I'd see the other women, some of them would just be like, I don't know. Honestly, so I like to switch the roles. I like to pretend like if I was a guy and I'm coming here, right? I am in my masculine energy all fucking day. I run a business. I'm a CEO. I'm like telling people what to do. I'm like putting out fires left and right. I'm making money. I'm losing money. And I'm making it again. And I'm fucking finally done for the day. And I want to come here. I want to relax. I want to have a drink. I would like a beautiful girl to make it for me. A beautiful woman to make it for me. You know, let's sing some songs together and let's have a good time. I just want to relax. I want some peace. I want to have some fun with a beautiful woman on my arm. That's it. And like, some of these women, I just feel like they just played a part. And they just be like, okay, when is this hour up? Okay, oh God, my favorite customers next. Like, I don't know. It's just such a lame way to pass the time. You know, it's a boring way to pass the time. Like, I'm having fun and I get paid to do it. Why not make use of this time to really get to know somebody? And I think that's why I had a lot of return customers too, because they really enjoyed my company. They could tell that I cared. You know, attentiveness is not just about, okay, let me make their drink. Let me make sure there's no water droplets on this glass whatsoever. Every 30 seconds, make sure. It wasn't just that. It was getting that stuff done, but also just being attentive. You know, the men really enjoyed that I was attentive and that I cared. I actually listened. I asked questions, even if there was a language barrier, if they didn't know English very well. Back then, we didn't have Google Translate. I'm letting you know how old I am now. But like, you know, through body language or like, you know, just there's like a yearning to understand. They saw that I cared and that I wanted to understand them. And oh, here's another thing. Smiling. They really enjoyed when you smiled at them. Especially, again, if a girl is playing a role and she's just like acting the part, it gets the job done, sort of, but it's not gonna make it's not gonna make for a return customer. I did this stuff not knowing that I'm gonna secure bigger tips and I'm gonna build more long-term relationships with these men. I did it because I genuinely wanted to know about them. I genuinely cared. If I was gonna get paid to do something and have fun with it, why not just like connect? And even then, I knew like this was like, this is awesome. I get to get paid really good money and get to know these people, you know, what they're about, what makes them tick. You know, why do they, how is their ambition and their drive? How do they get there, you know, to run these businesses and to do all of this stuff? And then, you know, how do they relax? Like, how do they find time to do what they enjoy? What are their hobbies? you know, and it really went a long way. They really did enjoy that. And I think that's why I had a lot of return business and requests. Requests were big. I didn't take me long to work there and get a lot of requests. That was so much fun. The men. I talked about the women. I talked a little bit about the men. Men. What do men want? I think that's in my notes. I don't know. I'm just kind of winging it. I'm having fun with this. If you like this story time, please let me know in the comments, and hit the thumbs up button if you like this video so I know, to make more. I appreciate it. How to connect with a man on more than just a superficial level. Ask questions. Ask questions and, act like you care. I would also say eye contact, but in Japanese culture, I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong if you're Japanese and I'm speaking out of my ass, please let me know in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that they don't like direct eye contact. It's more respectful to kind of like look away and listen. You can turn your head and turn your ears towards them to listen. It's more respectful. So, but if I'm talking out of turn, please let me know in the comments. Don't be afraid to yell at me. I might be wrong. It's been a long time. But yeah, just really acting like you care. Like you can't act. You just care. Just fucking care. And they appreciate that so much. They really appreciated that. So attentiveness and caring, genuine care will win any man over. Will win any man over. What men seek when getting to know a woman. What men seek is honestly that feminine energy. What does that mean? I talk about it all the time when I'm doing tarot. Being able to be receptive, to lean in, to be able to listen more than speak. If masculine energy is about taking action and initiating and doing, feminine energy is more about the receptive energy, the leaning back, the taking time to evaluate and listen and be intuitive, harness that intuition, to process feelings and emotions before acting on anything, before diving and switching into the masculine. So I feel like what I learned in that bar was that men seek, when getting to know a woman, men seek women who are comfortable, supremely comfortable in their femininity. And they'll know that just by the way you speak, your mannerisms, how you speak. It's not just what you say, but how you say it, whether you take your time. Do you breathe? How do you listen? How is your eye contact depending on the culture, right? Respect is so huge. Oh my God. So huge. If you can display just these bare minimum basics, you don't even realize you'll already win a man over. Now, this is, of course, a man with respect. If you're dealing with a bum, then I'll make another video. Let me know in the comments. Like, you give me the video ideas, I'll make them. But I'm talking about especially like these high-powered men, right? If you want the attention of this man, you gotta understand, like, they deal with serious shit on the daily, running their businesses, making all this money. Like, it might be fucked up for me to say it this way, but I have to, because that's the only way I know how. Like, they gotta know why they should even pay attention to what you're saying. Why should they listen to you? You have to command their attention in such a way that they want to give you the time of day. Like, they need to hear what you say and pay attention to you, because it makes them feel better. It makes them feel good. It makes them feel stronger and better and elevated and ascended when they listen to you. And that is the power of feminine energy. I can't reiterate that more. If you want more about that, let me know in the comments. I'll make a separate video on that. How to ignite desire within a man. All of that. All the things I just said. Like, truly, I know I might get some flack for, like, what I'm saying in this video that doesn't make sense, and guys are bums. There are a lot of guys that are bums. I'm talking about dealing with a man who already has self-respect and is a high-powered individual that has already added a lot of value to his life. If you want the respect of that man, this is where you need to come from. And if you don't know how to get here, that's where the self-love that we talk about a lot on my in my tarot readings, that's where that comes from. Because you have to know thyself before you can harness this feminine energy. It's very powerful. What men want. Men want a truly, genuinely caring and attentive listener. If you can practice those things and be those things, that's a great start. So that's all I got. Learn you, then be yourself. Ha! I wrote it down in my notes. Learn you, then be yourself. I had the best time working there. There's such good memories. Anyway, that's all I got. If you got anything from this video, please let me know in the comments. If you watched this far, can you just do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button? Just lets me know that you like videos like these, and I'll make more. If you want to know when the next one comes out, hit subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.